Hey, happy schedule release day,
Wow.
everybody! Woo! Nothing better
Very.
than a good release.
There is nothing better than that. It feels so good. And it's a special edition of Horned Up tonight. We're here on a Wednesday because the schedule is out. We know who, where, and when the Minnesota Vikings are going to play.
I smell a ton of W's. We're gonna go game by game through this MFer and give some thoughts on the game at the end. Do maybe some sort of random schedule or not schedule record prediction.
We'll predict the wins. We'll predict the losses. I don't think to be many of those. That's for damn sure. But
Hey, there might be a ton.
I mean, yeah, this is. You never know how teams are going to be every year. But I mean, at the surface, this thing looks like a tough schedule for the Vikings. We're not getting into it too much just yet.
We're not. I definitely have some strong thoughts towards this schedule, but we'll give her a little bit. Mason M's already smelling a 7-10.
Wow.
Delton is in the house. Delton Don. Viking Funeral is here. Dusty Ray, our man Nitzberg, Renee Lemur.
Hello, Renee. I saw you said hi earlier in the comments. Knack, we just sent you some mugs, so I'll look for that package to arrive.
Yeah, a little late, but you know what? It came. It's all that matters.
You know what? It's going to go by Mountie. It has to go to Canada.
Yeah, it is coming by donkey or whatever is the prominent animal up there.
Moose. It's a moose or caribou.
Moose. Yeah.
Hey Gary.
Gary, what's up? Mike Sullivan's in the house. Captain Peterhead is here as well.
Yep. Also sent Mr. Peterhead something too today, so should be on the way.
Yeah, that thing's gonna see some things.
It's gonna be burnt out within 3 days.
Yeah, we'll give her another couple minutes before we hop into this thing, but
yeah, just because we're going live does not mean we're not going live tomorrow. Regular Horned Up will be regular time tomorrow. 5:20 start tomorrow?
That sounds like a pretty good time.
Hell yes. Still lots of stuff in the world of Vikings to talk about. And again, the schedule is definitely foremost and in the front.
Yeah, did they end up working out that cornerback today? I even forgot his damn name. Benny?
Jerry Jacobs, was that his name? Another JJ.
I thought it was Benny Jacobs.
No, it's a JJ. It's definitely a JJ.
His name is Jerry.
We got Miss Alyssa in the house.
Alyssa, what's happening? Those damn boys at Woodward Sports, they can't get me and Alyssa off their brain. I think they might love us.
Wow.
Jerry Jacobs, you're right. Jerry freaking Jacobs.
Freaking Jer Bear.
That's random. For what? A bag of chips?
I don't know.
School 2IA has been a member for 14 months. Greatly appreciate, sir.
Flopping that hog around. That is a long membership. What that is.
We are playing in Seattle again. GG Sports says we're going 17-0.
Wow.
Right.
They might be drunk already.
I want to say, I remember last year, Lupagus, I think you had us at 12-5.
Sounds about right. Usually pretty optimistic.
Just to put things into perspective of what to believe here. I think I was like 9. I think I had 9 wins. I think it was like 9-8.
Yeah, I bet you were 10-7 at least.
Still very wrong.
Dusty Ray also going 17-0. Seems to be a popular prediction tonight.
Well, look at that handsome son of a bitch over there wearing 9. That guy can do anything. He's going to do nothing but get dubs. Alyssa says 10-7.
Not bad. A
lot of optimism here. I like it.
Yeah, there was one. Another one.
TYA, who would have no problem saying like 5-12, says 10-7.
Wow.
Surprised.
Yeah, that's like probably 8-9 for most people. I'm saying that. 8-8. Guess one game's gonna be a tie.
Can't go. 11-5. We're missing some games here, fellas.
We already remember it's an extra game for those of you who are still on the old schedule. Digits 098043 says new kicker is gonna beat Seattle. It's a new DAT, baby.
Our kicker alone is gonna beat the. Well, we did that against the Raiders. 3 rip, baby. 3
we needed
last year. 8-9.
Mike Sullivan got okay. 8-9.
All right, fuck it. Let's start talking some Vikings. Let's start talking some schedule. And let's start off with week freaking 1 at the New York Giants.
You know, I love this. This is a great matchup for the Vikings because New York Giants this year are going to be ass. There's no way around it. There's not a lot of talent on that roster. Yeah, they got Malik Neighbors, but they got what the hell? I'm having brain fart in that shitty quarterback they have right now.
They have Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. Maybe he won't even start. They said Drew Lock was also going to have a chance to win that job, so it could be the Drew Lock show. Probably going to be Daniel Jones, but To me, for the Vikings coming in with new faces, at least this is a great matchup for them to have week 1 just to see where you're at in a very winnable game, even on the road, I think.
Yeah, to be clear, last year, again, I'm going to reminisce last year. Like last year when we saw the Tampa Bay Bucks with Baker Mayfield or maybe even Kyle Trask, we put that as a 1-0 right out of the gates. Like we gave it, it was not even close. We got, this is the perfect scenario. We got the Bucks. We're going to win the game.
And that's probably the way the Giants are looking at this with the Vikings coming in. And we're going to punch them in the fucking mouth.
Well, yeah. The Giants, they got Brian Burns. They got some boys on defense. They got Tyler Nubin. Our Minnesota Gopher is there. But out of the, like, looking at the schedule as a whole, which we will see, I mean, aside from it being an away game, this is probably the best matchup they could have got week 1.
Agreed.
And the big question is who will be our starting quarterback when we face those Giants?
Yeah, it's either going to be Sam Darnold, the guy who just, hasn't put it together yet. So, or, our rookie JJ McCarthy, the man standing over there with the beautiful, beautiful physical features. Again, facing the Giants team that, they do have some pieces. They got Brian Burns, they got Kayvon Thibodeau. I couldn't name 2 other guys on that defense, but I think this is a great matchup and a great start for the Vikings. So I love it. And again, on the road, always tough. You never know what the weather's going to be like in New York. Swirling winds, but whatever. I like this matchup.
Hey, yeah, whatever. Giants. I mean, last year they were 6-11. They lost Barkley. I mean, someone was asking who the running back is.
Singletary. They got Devin Singletary.
It is Devin Singletary.
And someone else. Someone gross. I think they
Devin
drafted somebody.
Singletary. So they got some. They could be very gross. I will say, regardless of who's our starting quarterback, that shouldn't matter. If we lose the Giants week 1, I think we'll get a little bit of perspective of what maybe this season has to hold for us.
Yeah, if you lose in week 1, there's a very strong chance you're going to be 0-2 because next coming to town is the powerful juggernaut. That is the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, you mean the juggernaut that we kicked in the dick last year and won without Justin Jefferson? I ain't scared of the Niners. Niner, hairy vagina. We're going to go again. We're going to back it up at home opener with probably JJ McCarthy as our starting quarterback. I can't think of anything better than going and beating the shit out of them again.
It would be amazing, but the Niners are a team that's just so damn good on both sides of the ball. Very tough to beat. We got them last year. Will they be coming out? We did, but will they be coming out getting revenge for that loss on primetime? They remember that, so we'll see. But this is, 49ers week 2. Talk about a litmus test. You're gonna know where you are when the Niners come to town.
Well, you're gonna see it as it comes through. The beginning of this season, aside from that Giants game, is horrifying.
It is
fucking horrifying. The teams we have to play out of the gate. I think strength of schedule. I think we're on the ass. We're not in the toughest side.
We're in the middle, aren't we?
Yeah, we're kind of in the middle, even closer to the better or the worst schedule. But this beginning is horrible, and I just can't sit here and talk a bunch of smack about the Niners. Chances are they probably will beat us. They should beat us, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know. That's why you play the game.
Sam Darnold revenge game. Like, you let me go over Brock Purdy? You sons of bitches, I'm going to come out and wipe your ass. Let's go. Samuel.
Is he going to do that in warm-ups?
16th. All right, so we're right in the middle. Niners, Brutskis. Let's go to week 3.
Oh, Danielle Hunter returns.
No, it's It's Jonathan Grenard and Blake Cashman can kiss my ass game. Danielle Hunter's in the past. Stephon Diggs returns. That's the big thing here. It's like I want Diggs getting the boo birds. I want that guy hearing it. I want us to just shut him down. Mekhi Blackman is going to be shutting down Stephon Diggs, but they're super good too.
Well, it's interesting because we signed so many Texans players. We have a lot that went over there. Kind of this new pipeline that formed over the offseason. We made the deal with them to get 2 first-round picks. So thanks to them, we got Dallas Turner. So there's a lot back and forth here between these two teams. But yes, a very good team, playoff team last year. They won a playoff game. C.J. Stroud, extending young quarterback. Stephon Diggs, you mentioned. Danielle Hunter's back. This one's got a lot of meat to it, and I can't wait to chew on that bone.
I honestly think, like, if it came down to the Texans are stacked. Joe Mixon, look at their roster. If CJ Stroud even takes a small step forward, They are going to be loaded. Nico Collins ripped shit up last year.
Yep.
Tank Dell. They're absolutely loaded. I'm more scared of the Texans than I am the Niners. And the Texans, I think, are just going to be – they're going to be so good. So good. Daniel Hunter, are you kidding me?
They should be. They should be. There's no reason they shouldn't be.
Boss man, what's happening?
What's going on, boss man? Yeah. I mean, Niners, Texans, that's a brutal back-to-back stretch.
Texans are like everyone – I mean, early AFC favorites to go to the damn Super Bowl.
And their coach is just so good looking, too.
Well, he doesn't play anymore, so I don't give a shit.
I bet you do. You do.
All right, next up, we got the Packers at Green Bay, another early one. And I got to say, when it comes to games in the season at when we get at Green Bay early, it's actually not bad. It's not bad.
I mean, week 4, talking late September, maybe early October, not sure the actual date on that. But the Packers, again, I respect that they were a playoff team last year. They got hot. They put it together. I still just don't know if they got hot. Like, they were really, really bad for the majority of the season last year. Jordan Love, he doesn't scare me. I respect that he's good. Like, I think he's a good quarterback. He's not elite by any means. So I just think when it comes to Packers, it's going to be a split, whether we win one there or we win one at home. I think we'll win one of those games. It could be there. The Packers don't really worry me that much.
We'll see. I mean, I keep saying they got to back it up. I mean, they could be very good this year. Who knows? But they have a lot of young dudes that were playing out of their ass last year, which I'm not buying into until I see it again. What I was stepping on my dick. What I was trying to say is we generally win the first game against the Packers every year. So I fully expect, whether it's in Green Bay, but I expect to win this game. We're like 5-1 or something the last time we've played them out of when it comes to the first games. So Green Bay. I think this could. I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but this could be our second dub of the season.
Wow! I think you are spoiling it.
Smash that like button. Yeah, if you guys are watching, hit that like button, hit that sub button. We're almost at 12,000 subs. So close.
Yeah, 12K by end of May.
A little trivia here. Who's the local Viking? A local guy who played for the Vikings, was a backup late 90s, early 2000s. Ended up having a short stint with the Packers in like 2005, 2006.
He's from Two Harbors?
Minnesota, local.
Oh, okay. What was those years again?
I'm not telling. Comments. I want to see if anybody can get this little Viking Packer random trivia.
Like he's from Minnesota or he was a Viking?
You know what? You're just really not grasping this. I'm going to put this to the comments. Local. Of course he's from Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
School TOA. Darren Sharper, Dirk Diggler, that is incorrect. Daryl Thompson, quarterback. Local guy, late 90s, early 2000s. Come on.
Late 90s?
Gilbert Brown, that was a defensive tackle.
Quarterback?
All right, I'm giving up on you guys. It was Todd Bowman. Come on. St. Cloud State.
He was on the Packers? I don't remember being a Packer.
He was. Next up, we get to go. Good day, mate. We get to go overseas.
We're not going to Australia. We are not going to Australia. We're going to have crumpets and tea in London, and Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. The Jets can be a popular pick, I think, to go very far. But this is a home game for Minnesota Vikings. We are the home team, which sucks, but it does mean beer mimosas. It means maybe some pancakes and some sausages. Be a very early buzz week 5 when we go to London. And you got to remember, going to London, I think the Vikings are, 3-0? I believe they're
I'm glad you
undefeated.
asked. I think we are, I have it somewhere, the Vikings are 3-0 in London games. But I got to take a step back. Did you say the Jets are projected to go far?
I think they're going to be a popular pick. Aaron Rodgers healthy. They fixed their O-line. They got all those weapons. I think a lot of not procrastinators, projectors. They're gonna put the Jets to be a playoff team for sure.
Well, playoff team and going
even
far
a contender.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. I mean, we'll see. I'm not scared of this team at all. I'm not buying. I mean, Aaron Rodgers. I can't wait to play him when he's a Jet. I can't wait to put him in the ground. But the Jets, I'm not worried about them. They got Mike Williams. They brought in Tyron Smith, right? And
they revamped their whole line. I mean, they brought a bunch of guys there. They drafted the dude early.
I'm not scared of these guys.
That core league. I'm not scared of them, but I also think London's a great neutralizer. Even the Jets, let's say the Jets are 4-1 and we're 2-2. The London, that game going over there, it just levels the playing field. They're never really exciting games. They always kind of seem to be blah football games. So if the Vikings are a struggling team at this point, I think London neutralizes that, and this is definitely a winnable game for the Vikings.
Yeah, no, I think so as well. Another trivia for you. After Brett Favre went to the Jets, and then he came to the Vikings, who was the next starting quarterback for the Jets after Favre? Sounds like you're really thinking.
Are you asking me or the comments?
I mean, you'll see the comments for a minute. Yeah, and this is another Sam Darnold revenge game, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it is. Half these games are this year.
Testaverde, Jesus, man, way up. Pennington,
Ditter.
Boss man, you're a decade off. There we go. TYA. Mark Sanchez.
Was it
Mark
really?
Sanchez was the next quarterback. Kellen Moore, Mark Sanchez had quite the battle. All right, week 6, we got a bye. What do we think about an early bye?
It's not bad. I think the buys always come in good points no matter where they are in the season. It always seems like, oh my God, we really need this buy then. Week 6, not too bad. It's a little on the early side. I wouldn't mind a couple weeks later.
Davy's looking good.
He is. Nice turtleneck there. Looks like one bar's foreskin, that neck there on that sweater.
Mine's
I don't know. Week 6 bye. Is that the first week of buys, or do they start week 5?
I don't know.
It's got to be one of the early ones, but whatever. It's fine.
I like a nice bye week around week 10. 10 always is pretty good. Week 6 is a little early for me, but after the Niners, Texans, Packers, and Jets, I'll take a bye because that's a brutal start, and especially after the London game, it's perfect. I'm sure that's why it's there. But look at these. I mean, take the Giants out. Look at those. Those are all playoff teams and potentially playoff teams that can make a push. Push. So rough start. But let's go to week 7. We get those goddamn Detroit Lions, and it does not get any easier.
It doesn't. Lions, very, very good team. They showed up some issues in the secondary. They got Marcus freaking Davenport revenge game against the Minnesota Vikings. But let's not forget this. We had a very depleted roster. I think it was Big Dick Nick Mullins threw 4 interceptions, and we still almost beat the Lions at home. Lions, they're good. They're the best in the division. They don't scare me.
They added some very nice pieces that second. I will say the Lions scare me. Lions are good. I think they're gonna. I mean, I don't know why they don't scare you. They're gonna be pretty much where they were next year. We'll see. I mean, one thing I'll say: we've lost 4 of the last 5 games against the Lions.
We're gonna get
before that. We had an 8-game winning streak. Everybody's owned the Lions. We've owned the Lions 4 out of 5. They're not sweeping us this year. No way in hell. We're not going to lose 6 out of the next 7 games against the Detroit freaking Lions. So as good as they may be, we're going to get one of these, and it's going to feel so good. And I hope it's this one. I hope it's in Detroit.
Oh, this one's at home though, right? Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I'm so embarrassed.
You should be.
I still would like it to be this game. I want the first one.
We're definitely going to beat them. We're going to beat them.
All right, let's go to the Rams. Kevin O'Connell revenge game. Wes Phillips revenge game. He's probably going to be too shit-faced to even know he's there.
Too soon.
But it's at the Rams. First primetime game, Thursday night.
Yeah, Vikings don't have a lot of primetime games this year, which is fine with me. But now you got the apprentice going against his master, KOC, against that beautiful guy over there in Los Angeles. But Rams, this is a team, they're going to pound the shit of the football with those 2 backs they have. Paka Nakua there. They're going to throw to him a ton. But again, it's Matt Stafford, Vikings. I mean, we've had success against him, but this will be a tough game.
He was on a horrible team.
He was. But again, Matt Stafford, he can make mistakes. He can make some shitty throws. He will turn the ball over, and that could be the key for the Vikings winning this one. But Thursday night on the road, this will be tough.
The toughest part about this is going to be watching Braden Fisk in that Rams uniform when he was born to wear purple. It is going to burn my ass. They got Fisk. They got
Jared Verse too.
They
got our boy from last year, Turner,
and they got Bo Limmer. They got guys that we were all over. But the Rams team, I mean, they were on fire last year. Who who did they lose to in the play? Was it the Packers or the Lions? Lions.
Yeah, it was Lions.
They almost beat the freaking Lions.
They did.
But this is a team without Aaron Donald. This is gonna be night and day. I mean, when you take Aaron Donald off that team, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they used their first 2 draft picks to get some help on that D line, so they're still gonna be very good. A team, like you said, it was coming together last year. We'll see where they are week 8 next year, but again, this is going to be a tough game.
Speaking of not tough games, let's go to the Colts. Colts. Last time we played them, we made history. We made history, biggest comeback ever.
We didn't have to go against AR-15 though. He should be back, assuming he's healthy. He'll probably be hurt. It's week 9. The way he plays the game, he'll probably be hurt again. But Colts, I don't know. I mean, they got a lot of nice players, now a lot of nice talent. At home,
Davey, watch your mouth. Wieners. That is
Wieners.
Really rude.
He needs to.
Sorry, continue.
Watch that thing out with the banana. I think this is a winnable game for sure. I think we beat the Colts at home, even with who they have here and the young guys they got. I think Richardson, quarterback, hasn't played much. He can make mistakes. Brian Flores could have some fun with him. I think we win this game.
So you're saying they might not have fun against JJ McCarthy?
No, he's going to smoke their ass.
I think Richardson's gonna have a beautiful coming out party this year. I think he's gonna be one of the most talked about dudes if he stays healthy. Last year he didn't get much of a chance, but he was showing glimpses. I think he's gonna be fantastic. Colts are a team. They were 9-8 last year with Minshew at the helm, and I think they could be a sneaky good team. So we'll see.
They just missed the playoffs, didn't they? Like
9-8, yeah, they just missed the playoffs. I mean,
they would have won last week. I think they would have made it.
Taylor's still there. They got some very good players on that thing. It all comes down to that quarterback and how well he plays. Another trivia for you: when the Vikings made that comeback, who scored that touchdown to tie it up before they got the field goal to win it?
Honestly, it was Delvin Cook.
It was 64-yard touchdown, going absolutely ape shit when he got that thing. Oh God. Dalvin Cook catching that ball out of the backfield was a thing of beauty.
Mm-hmm. We missed. Never forgotten.
Should get bracelets. All right, Jacksonville Jaguars. The Ezra Cleveland revenge game.
Yeah, it is. Trevor Lawrence over there playing quarterback with his beautiful long locks. I don't know what to think about this one. Like, I feel it's winnable.
Jaguars are good.
They're good, I know, but they always seem to kind of blow games too. They don't always live up to their expectations. So Jags should be favored in this one, but I think the Vikings could sneak a win here on the road.
They got Andrew Wingard, one of the best damn players in the league. Okay. I think Jacksonville is pretty damn good. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, this is kind of the year. It's like, dude, are you going to be a superstar or are you just going to not be one? And we'll see. I mean, Armstead, they signed him this offseason, who I was hoping the Vikings were going to be sniffing around. But they're pretty damn good.
I love the Brian Thomas pick. I mean, he's good. He'll add something to that offense. But
I think he's going to be a big bust.
I don't think so. He's underrated.
Well, yeah, he's underrated, but it just hit or miss. I see a big old miss. Titans.
Yeah, the stretch of AFC South games. It's weird that we got 3 AFC South teams in a row.
I like it. The Titans were poopy last year, 6-11. And I don't know Will Levis, it's going to be really banking on him. They signed Tony Pollard. They got Tavondre Sweat. They got Tyler Boyd. So the Titans are just in a weird, it's kind of like, I don't know. I was going to say something really, really perverted, but I'm not going to.
I mean, they're almost kind of, similar position to the Vikings are.
We're in a much better position than them.
Way better, but young quarterback. Rebuilding your own line.
Do not compare Will Levis to JJ McCarthy.
They're both young quarterbacks. How can you not compare them?
One's a second rounder. One's a top 10 pick.
They're still young quarterbacks.
One's a born winner. One is a born winner.
And one puts Will Levis in his coffee.
Mayonnaise. So you
know
what?
His coffee.
I think you owe everybody here an apology for what you just said.
I don't. I said they're both young quarterbacks. That's what I said. I didn't say they're both first round picks.
You said they were both in the same. We're in the same boat with.
Well, they're a team like they probably don't have a lot of high expectations. We don't really either. But again, you look at these 2 games at Jacksonville, at Tennessee. I mean, it's one of those situations where the Vikings might only also just stay out there and find a place to stay and practice out there and not come home.
Mason M agrees with you. He thinks Will Levis and McCarthy are comparable. So he's confirming that you said they're comparable. That's what I take out of that.
Yeah. So we're done with the AFC South by week 12. Good riddance to them. But yeah, Titans, that should be a winnable one too.
Dude, I see the Titans. The only comparable part of the Titans is I think they will surprise some teams just randomly beating them. Like the Titans all of a sudden beat, I don't even know who's on their schedule, but like they're going to win games they shouldn't. Will Levis is going to have games where he throws for 4 touchdowns and 400 yards. And then the next week he's going to throw for a touchdown and 5 picks. I think it's just going to be very, very weird.
Who's the running back now?
They signed a Pollard.
Yeah, that's who it was. Yep.
Yeah, they got Tony Pollard. I mean, they Tyler Boyd, like I said. So they got some weapons.
Comes down to Levis.
Yeah, it does. It does. All right, week 12, Chicago Bears, very late. Finally getting the Chicago Bears, a team that definitely beefed up this offseason. Caleb Williams, Keenan Allen. They got Roma Dunze. They did well. They did well, but they are the Bears.
They are the Bears. They got DeAndre Swift as well. Austin Booker in the draft is a nice player too. They got the punter from Iowa, Torrey Taylor. Don't forget what that special teams angle in this game. We got a rookie kicker against a rookie punter. Week 12, the Bears, weather could be an issue here. It could be very cold. But you mentioned it here, and as good as the Bears look on paper, they have to show it. There's the Chicago Bears, freaking Chicago Bears, and no one's going to believe in them until they start racking up some wins with their shiny new quarterback.
Yeah, but fuck, that quarterback got some weapons. He's got some weapons, and that defense is very good as well. It's going to be interesting to see how Caleb Williams does in that crispy, cold Chicago weather. I was hoping that we got Chicago at Chicago later in the season to make it even worse. But by week 12, she's going to be nippy. Caleb's turkey is going to be done. But he's a good-looking guy. They're probably perfect.
Think so?
Yeah, probably.
But she's got one really long nipple and one normal one.
That's pretty standard. All right, next up we got the Cardinals. Who the Cardinals? I'm suck. Aloha to you as well.
The Cardinals. There are some analysts very high in the Cardinals this year.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Kyle Branton's one. He's all over the Cardinals.
Why? What's his explanation?
I think just with all the guys they've quietly added over the course of the offseason. You go look at this team. There was a
Ulster. What's up, Gare Bear? Good to see you, buddy.
I think they made a fairly big free agent signing. And obviously Marvin Harrison Jr., but to me it comes down to Kyler Murray. And we're going to know by week 13 what Kyler Murray we have this year. Is he going to be the one that was lighting up a couple years ago? Or is he going to be the scared puppy who throws the ball into the ground and looks like ass? So we should know by then what Kyler Murray is out there in 2024. And I think the Vikings win this game. I do.
Skull, some purple on the island. Hell yes.
Ooh.
Hell
sounds
yes.
Nice.
The Cardinals were 3-6 with Kyler Murray last year.
Yeah, he was horrible last year.
Yeah,
I was going back to when he had Poop Hopkins to throw the ball to. He was a different quarterback. So can Harrison Jr. beat Poop Hopkins? Make Kyler Murray look like he did a couple years ago when he was, getting all the praise around? That to me is the big question, and we need to see it happen.
Viking Funeral wants to give them one hell of a spanking. Up to 42 likes. We got over 300 watching between Twitter and YouTube. Let's hit that like button. Let's get over 65. If you haven't hit that sub. Cardinals I think the Cardinals are going to suck. I think it's going to be a disaster. Marvin Harrison Jr., he'll be fun to watch. And Kyler, I don't know. I'm not feeling the Cardinals at all. They were 4-13 last year. They weren't that much better with Kyler Murray. We'll see, but I would be amazed if they did anything.
They got my boy Trey Benson. He's nice.
He's not even who's their starter? I don't even think he's listening.
James freaking Conner.
Who is their big free agent signing? Did you find him?
I don't know. I was looking and I'm not seeing. I thought they had one.
It sounds like it might be made up.
Jonah Williams, left tackle from Cincinnati.
Well, that's the one. Actually ain't bad. All right, next up, the big Kirk game at home. It would have been funny if this was prime time.
Been great. It would have been glorious.
That's all the shit he got the whole time he was in Minnesota, and of course it's not. But can they start flexing games week 14, right? So you never know.
It's right on the fringe of flexibility.
I believe they can flex by this point. If anybody else knows, let me know. But that would be beautiful. But
But it also has to be a meaningful game. Like if the Vikings don't have a winning record, Falcons probably won't.
I don't know. I can't believe this isn't prime time. Like this is perfect.
They should have. But who's going to want to beat the other one more? Will Kirk want to beat the Vikings more? Will the Vikings want to beat Kirk more? That's what I'm curious about.
Look at Dusty Ray. Dusty Ray. I think you might be my soulmate. I think we were meant to live together.
Oh my God.
Just be roommates.
Take each other's backs at night.
Ain't bad. So Kirk Cousins. I went and looked back at the Falcons roster, and I know when he signed there, I was just like, God, he's going in this great situation, but I don't know. I just wasn't that impressed this time. I went and looked at it.
And the whole dynamic now is weird with Michael Penix Jr. being brought in. I don't know if it's put like a cloud over the whole signing. Everything kind of feels weird over there now. I don't know. He does have weapons. I mean, you look at the big wide receiver, Drake London.
I'd rather have the Vikings weapons.
He's got Darnell Mooney. He's got the speed guy. He's got Bijan Robinson to hand the ball off to and throw the ball to. So there are players there that he can succeed with. But, God, wouldn't it be great if Vikings just spank his ass?
Yeah, it would be. Falcons, like I said, I have no idea what to expect from him. Maybe at this point we're going against Michael Penix.
That's what I was going to say. You can't rule that out.
But also, did you know Kyle Hinton is a Falcon?
Yeah, he's one of those guys that just hangs around the league.
Kyle Hinton. He's the backup. Was he a left guard? I can't remember.
He is a backup right guard, backing up Chris Lindstrom, who we both wanted so bad that year.
This game will be talked about for a long. I can't think of anything better than the Vikings kind of shocking the NFL world, where they're in like chance to make the playoffs. Falcons are a chance to make the playoffs, and we just go maybe, like you said, spank Kirk Cousins' buttocks is around his beer butt cheeks a couple times. Give it a zerty, but
on his butt cheeks,
we have to win this game. If we go 0 whatever, which we're not going to, it doesn't matter. This is the game we have to win.
But I also want,
and McCarthy has to be the quarterback to do it.
And I want it to be like a key play where Kirk Cousins fumbles it, botches the snap, does something stupid, and blows the game. That would be even more icing on the cake. We've seen it so many times with him.
I'm on the other side of things. I want JJ McCarthy to come out and just light it up. Like just go tit for tit and absolutely just like he wins the game.
We can have both. I think we can have both worlds.
Yeah,
they can do that, and then Kirk can also step on his dick so bad.
Well, yeah, but then that's why we won. I want McCarthy to win this game. I want him to grab it by the balls.
No, he
grab
will win.
Bradbury's balls every snap. Just go boom, 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 boom. You feel that, Bradbury? Oh, you like that?
He'll drive us down for the winning touchdown. Then it'll be Dallas Turner strip sack, sealing the victory.
That's fine. That's fine.
We'll get what we want.
All right.
What were you doing with the balls there? Can I see that again?
Bradbury makes you feel alive, doesn't it?
Thank you for that.
Maybe that'll put a little pep in his step. Maybe I don't know who their D tackle is these days, but
I don't know.
Jerry's right. Let's go. We got 192 watching with 58 likes. Let's hit that like button. Let's go, baby. Spike the likes, says FW Ender.
Ashley getting so much competition with the likes now.
Yeah, and well, she was the that's why I mean she was the what's the word?
The OG.
The OG. She was the OG. We owe it to her. Why everybody is saying that. So Atlanta, I mean, looking at the schedule so far, that's going to be one of the more fun ones to watch. Kirk Cousins is going to go throw 4 picks, 2 to Mekhi Blackman, and 2 to Harrison Smith.
Don't Vincent, sweaty balls, milk them shits, he says.
Milk them shits.
I think your ball juggling really fired up Delton.
Give me those things. Look at how big they are.
They're huge.
All right, we got the Bears. So in 4 weeks, we got the Bears twice.
Monday Night Football. This will be all about Caleb Williams. Everybody will be talking Caleb Williams. Blah, 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 blah.
Maybe they'll be talking about J.J. McCarthy.
Maybe it'll be the first great primetime matchup between J.J. McCarthy, Caleb Williams, starting this decade rivalry off.
Yeah. I would fully, like, we don't know. Like, we've said it a couple times. When will J.J. McCarthy be out there? How long are they going to leave Sam Darnold out there? But, man, I mean, we're looking at this. Just say Sam Darnold starts the season. Where do you see J.J. McCarthy coming in?
I think he comes in.
No, I'll let you answer. Sorry.
I'm just looking. I don't think you want to put him on the road. I mean, if he doesn't start, I don't think you put him in at London. I would say week 7. I just think that's the best spot.
God, you're going against, you want to throw him against the Lions?
Yeah. Otherwise, it's the Texans. Those are my 2 options. I don't think you start him on the road. You don't put him on the road his first game.
No, well, I mean, if he just lights it up in preseason training and he's the guy, that's fine. But if they're gonna do the thing where it's like, and I think everybody's probably it's like 50-50. I mean, I think a lot of people want to see McCarthy week 1, but if they're gonna do the thing and just be like, look, we're not gonna be very good this year, let's just bring them along very gradually. Don't you think that Colts game week 9 just screams like? I mean, it's at home. It's against the Colts who aren't very good. I mean, I wouldn't want to put them out there any other game until then.
The opponent doesn't really. I think it's just you
Fuck
come
that, it
back from
doesn't.
London, you get the bye week, you get the Lions at home crowd going to be going balls out for them. I think that's the best situation.
Boy. Yeah.
I think the Colts are going to be good too. I don't think, the Colts.
I know, but the Lions are just a complete different beast than the Colts.
And how great would it be for JJ McCarthy's first start to be a victory over the Lions?
It would be beautiful. But it'd also be beautiful just if you're going to do that. Like, I would honestly, if you're going to put them out there against the Lions, just start them week 1. Either that or just don't put them out there.
That wasn't your question, though.
No, I know, but like, I'm just surprised you went with the Lions. It's a very.
It was more like I would have gone earlier, but Texans, I was like, okay, that could be the other option. Just start week 3.
Yeah, all right. Well,
there's not a great option prior to that.
Colts. I think the Colts is I think that's the answer.
That's your answer. That's your answer.
I don't know. I think the opponent has a lot to do with when they decide to throw them out there, especially if it's a lost season.
No, maybe the Lions will be asked. We don't know. We're all assuming everybody's going to be like they were last year. That's the one thing. We talked about strength of schedule early in this thing, but you don't know how teams are going to be.
I do think the Lions are going to be fantastic.
But maybe they got a shit ton of injuries and they're beat up. You don't know. We don't know what they're going to be like.
All right. Well, we are at Seattle. Seattle Seahawks. We've played more than any other team in the last 10 years. Between preseason, regular season, we will get them. It's always a sure thing.
Yeah, it's I'm having a hard time gauging this one. It's at Seattle, so I'd probably give them the advantage, but they're not the Seattle of old. They do have that really nice trifecta of wide receivers: DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Jackson Smith. And
Tyler Lockett's old as shit.
He's still good. Geno Smith, solid quarterback. He's this late bloomer. They got Byron Murphy. They got our boy. They snatched him from us. So there's some talent on defense. They got that beautiful corner from last year. In what the hell was it? Devin Witherspoon, Tyreek Williams out there too. So this will be a tough one, especially being at Seattle. Never an easy place to play.
According to their depth chart, he's not Tariq Woolen anymore. He's just Reek. Reek, one of the best characters ever on Game of Thrones. I don't know. I'm not a big Game of Thrones guy, but Reek, low-key, the most underrated character ever. I mean, he didn't have a pee pretty much from like season 2 on. But they mailed it to his dad. I mean, just a horrible scenario. Anyways,
it must have went by Raven. I don't think there was mail.
Anyways, this is the first time in a long time, though, we'll play the Seahawks without that gum-chewing son of a bitch on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
We want to watch that. That'll be one positive takeaway from this game, win or lose.
I will, like, without Pete Carroll on the sidelines, I hate the Seahawks much less. Like, I couldn't stand Pete Carroll.
He was
annoying. Hated Seattle. He was so damn annoying. Yeah, and now he's gone. It's like I look at Seattle, I'm like, whatever.
Maybe the new coach will be doing this on the sideline.
No,
that's show that all the time.
Oh God, that's McCarthy. Let's go. Let's win this game.
I thought it was Bradbury's balls.
It is. He's the one squeezing them.
It's his hands. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Jeez. So Seattle. Again, a coin there. It all comes down to Geno Smith. You're seeing early things like, you know what? Maybe Sam Howell could potentially. Seattle seems to love Sam Howell. He could actually start. So that'd be hilarious.
Be something.
All right, Green Bay. It's always a sure thing that we'll get Green Bay either like the last week of the season or the one before that. But it is at home, so we will not be in Lambeau freezing our asses off.
No, we played them at home late in the season last year as well. They destroyed us. Jaron Hall was our quarterback. If you guys remember that one, it was a very disgusting effort by the entire team except for Najee Thompson. We're going to win one of these games against the Packers. Will it be this one? Will it be the first one? I don't know, but we're going to win one of them. And again, the Packers, everybody thinks you're going to be a playoff team, so this could be a huge game for them with their chances. Let's say our season's not going great, but a chance to knock the Packers out of the playoffs would be huge.
Yeah, that would be beautiful. Packers sitting there, a 500 team or something, and we just knock them out and we get in. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I'd have
What
to
a
wear
mess.
a diaper and rubber at the same time. So, at home last year, we had the Packers late at home. It did not pan out, but like you said, we had Jaron Hall, and then we went back to Nick. Well, it was a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Not our best coaching performance, that's for sure.
Yep. Are we going to wrap this thing up same way we did last year?
Yeah, we got Detroit Lions. We end with the Packers and Lions and Bears 3 times out of the last 4 weeks.
Nice.
Could be some very important ball games.
Absolutely, and just like last year, don't think the Lions are going to cave if they do have a big lead in the division and they have their playoff spot locked up. They didn't do it last year. Dan Campbell said, nope, we are starting our starters. And who was it? The tight end, Laporta, damn near blowed his knee in that game, and he was getting a ton of shit for that. But the Lions aren't going to give us a free win there at the end. The Vikings, hopefully they're in it. They're in contention, and this game has some meaning. But, again, going to Detroit against this team who's going to, reigning kings of the North, favorites to repeat. Again, another tough game for the Vikings.
Well, it could be, at this point, a very meaningless game for the Lions. But, I mean, it could be.
It was last year, too.
I know, but, I think Dan Campbell learned his lesson. That guy hopefully learned a lot of lessons last year. One being don't play your starters in a meaningless game when Sam Laporta goes down. Start kicking the field goals. Dan Campbell came back to earth at the end of the season, so I don't think there's any way in hell if he could do that again, he wouldn't.
I think he is who he is.
I know, but it's not panning out for him. So he's got to at least at some point, or Brad Holmes is going to be the one that says, "Look, moron, they're not going out there." So this will be an interesting one as far as if it's meaningful. If not, what do the Lions do? But I hate the fact that we're ending with. I mean, those are a couple of tough games to end with if we are potentially in contention.
Percent chance Marcus Davenport plays Week 18.
0.
Yeah.
I got him at 0 Week 7 and Week 18. Pretty much every week, I got him at 0%.
Let's just look at this thing as a whole before we do our record. Looking at stretches here, do you see a comfortable stretch for the Vikings? Maybe a string of wins they could put together on the schedule?
Yeah. Week 9 to Week 15 is just bottoming out, just balls deep, bottomed out. We're gonna tell real quick by Week 6 what we're dealing with. Because after the Bucks game last year, we had a rough go at it as far as who we had.
Oh God, who was Week 2 that year? Eagles, right? With Eagles again Week 2 last year.
Yeah, and it wasn't until we beat the Niners in a game that nobody was expecting us to win, where we all of a sudden went on that stretch. But
then we had the Chargers, we blew that one.
So to answer your question, week 9, the Colts, that could be a nice little sweet spot.
Yeah, I feel it's a rough start. You got a nice little patch in the middle, and then it kind of ends
like me.
It ends roughly as well, just like you too. So
sometimes depends on the mood. Well, I mean,
and very lovingly.
Well, all right. So let me throw this back at you. What's the most important stretch of this schedule?
I think it's coming off back from that bye, because whether you make a quarterback change there or not, that's going to be where you're going to either save your season or continue to win. Let's say you're 1-4 then, or 1-4, and you got that stretch coming up. If you can put it together, I think that's the most key part there. Just coming off the bye and maybe stringing together some wins, even including the Lions in there. I think you can win that game at home.
Yeah, I think I got just Week 1 to Week 5. What is going to happen there? Who's going to be our quarterback? Are they going to put out Sam Darnold? If we end up going, let's say 1-4 there, and Sam Darnold's our guy. I mean, McCarthy maybe is the starting quarterback out of that bye, and they're just screw it. But nobody knows what to expect from this Vikings team, and we'll know from Week 1 to 5 who's our quarterback's going to be, what to expect. But you know damn well, even if we start off 1-4. We're going to rip off 4 or 5 wins out of nowhere. We do it every year.
It's the
Vikings.
Vikings
Doing mock drafts, and we're picking one, and all of a sudden we're picking 20.
Yep. We never suck enough to get like a top 5 pick. I mean, rarely. We did it once.
So I think the beginning of the season, more so because deep down, I do think Sam Darnold, they're going to start him regardless, just to see what happens. And then, like, if we suck ass, McCarthy's coming out.
Yeah, I'm not convinced yet. I still think McCarthy's got a great shot to start. So
I think he's got a great shot. I just think if I had to bet on it, week 1, I would say Darnold. Not that I want that.
McCarthy, but I never win bets.
No, he doesn't.
Let's go through it. Let's do this win-loss. You want to go game by game or just final projections?
Let's go game by game, and let's go comments. I want to see comments, and be, take your purple Kool-Aid and dump it out quick. Let's go with our heads, not our heads. The heads is not attached to a shaft, attached to our neck. Up against Giants at the
Are you a doctor?
Could have been.
Yes, you could have. I have us winning the game. I had the Giants game a win for the Vikings.
I better get out my notepad here.
I got mine right
Comments, here. Giants. Final, David Ditter has 1-0. Thomas said, McCarthy ain't starting.
No way, says Thomas.
The New York Giants, and I don't think this is more of a shit on the Giants because I think they're just gonna suck so bad. This isn't like I'm not gonna feel good about this after this, but yeah, I got us beating the Giants.
Yep. All right. Week 2, 49ers. Who you got? Who you guys got in the comments? Week 2, 49ers at home.
What do we got? Week 2.
1-0 Vikings taking on the 49ers.
FW Ender says 12 wins can be done. Dilton Vincent says Dubsky. Vikings, Giants suck ass, says Thomas.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm seeing 7 and 10, says Balser. Okay. That's fair.
Okay, Gary.
All right, we got 32-6. All right, Lupagus, what's going on?
I got a loss in that one.
Look at Ashley pulling out these stats, saying we never lose even Ponder one in 2012.
Smart.
I am gonna say the Niners beat us in an like 2019, super close, nail biter. After even when we lose, we're still gonna be like, holy shit, we got something here. We're actually gonna be pretty damn good this year. But Niners, I think they get it. All right, Texans.
I have that as a loss as well.
Yes, I got a loss. I think the Texans are going to the Super Bowl. So we lose to potential Super Bowl champions. And I don't feel bad about that. David Ditter has us at 2-1. Delton says loss. All right, let's go to the pack.
How much would it suck if the Houston Texans won a Super Bowl for the Minnesota Vikings?
Their roster is pretty good.
I know, but they've been around since 2002.
I mean, everybody's won a Super Bowl pretty much except for us, so might as well.
Not the Lions.
They're never gonna. Lions can eat my ass.
There you go.
So can Brad Holmes.
Wow. At the Packers.
Win. We're gonna beat the Packers by double digits. It's gonna be fantastic, and it's gonna be hilarious, and it's gonna be one of our best post game shows ever.
Well, we're gonna beat the Packers, but I don't have us beating them in week 4. I have that one as a loss.
Actually, you know what? So Ashley's throwing on a stat. I don't think that's right. I don't think we've ever lost to the Texans.
Remember beating them at home when they were good at way back in like Leslie Frazier's
I
year?
looked this up. Someone please correct me, but I believe the Texans are 0-5 against us all time.
We've played them 5 times.
Only 5 times. That's it. Let me know. I could be very, very wrong. I'm not counting preseason games, but I don't think we've ever lost to the Texans.
I hope you're not counting preseason games.
All right, so Packers. Let's go to the Jets in London, mate.
In London, mate. There you go. Not good day, just mate. I have us winning that game, beating Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets in London. The Vikings win this game.
Yeah, I got us winning as well. Davey says we have never lost. Yes, 0-5. All right, confirmed. Ashley, you had me scared out of my britches.
Yeah, that's all that sun she's getting up there on the island.
Yeah. COVID year lost at Houston. I don't know. She's pretty.
No, I thought we beat them. That was like our one win.
I'm not. All right. So, yes, I have us beating the Jets. The Jets don't scare me at all. I'm sorry. They did get that rookie receiver from Texas. Adonai Mitchell. Is that who it is, or who is it?
I think the Colts got Mitchell.
Did they? They got or no? They got
Malachi Corley.
Yeah, Corley.
Steve Smith loved.
Yes. All right. So we got us beating Jets. Go to the bye. All right. So let's go to the Lions. Lions comments. Are we going to beat the Lions at home week 7?
You can go first in this one. I feel like I've been going first a lot.
No, I've it's kind of been my theme through this whole thing. I do think the Lions are going to be pretty fucking legit. I think they're going to be damn good. So I do have the Lions beating us.
I have us beating the Lions. Healthy. We're going to be healthy. Last year we got them at the ass end of the season. We were all hurt. We're going to be a healthy squad. We're going to dethrone them.
Maybe you should get healthy.
I am.
Actually sunburnt.
Need some aloe vera.
I'm usually a sunscreen. I'm usually a 50 plus SPF guy.
Noxzema will take the heat out. Rub Noxzema on it.
Don't tell our viewers to rub anything.
Let's go to the Rams. Yourselves right now, everybody.
Prime time Rams. What do you think?
Prime time Rams. If this was a home game, I'd feel differently. I think the Vikings. I think they end up losing this one under the lights.
Really? Well, it's a whole new regime here. The Kirk Cousins aura of primetime games. That's what's wrong with it. It's stuck in your head. You're like, we suck at primetime. No, just let me finish. You're like, we suck. We're gonna lose. Oh, it's primetime. Blah blah blah. No, Kevin O'Connell is gonna make Sean McVay his biatch, and he's gonna go there and kick their ass. And I got us winning on primetime week 8 against the Rams.
My whole factor is more just a road game against a pretty good team. That's what I didn't really care about the prime time.
No, that doesn't bother me at all. I think the Rams without Aaron Donald are night and day. Day.
We will see. We got week 9, and we already know what you're going to say. Colts coming here. You think the Colts are the worst team in the league?
Suck.
The first pick next year. I don't think they're going to be that bad, but I do have us winning this game as well.
I think I said it comes down to their quarterback. So we'll see. So yes, Dubsky there. Jaguars week 10 at Jacksonville. I got a loss.
I got to win. I think we win that game.
So you just said we're going to lose to the Rams, a pretty good team on the road. Jaguars are a pretty good team on the road.
Yeah, but I think the Rams, they run the football well. I think they're going to be a really physical team. I think that's going to wear us down.
Jake's got a good running game.
Yeah, but it's Trevor Lawrence. He's going to throw. I think I have a good feeling about this game. Jacksonville, I think we're going to win this thing. Andrew Wingard sucks.
All right. No, that's not true. All right. At the Titans of week 11, I got a Dubsky.
Yeah, I do too. Titans aren't a very good team. I think like the Titans and the Giants will be our 2 easiest road games. Not that any road game's easy, but I think those wins, they should be wins.
At Chicago, week 12.
At Chicago, yeah. Again, the Bears, Caleb Williams, their offense should be good. Montez Sweat scares the shit out of me. I think we're going to split with the Bears, so I think we'll lose at Chicago this year.
Yep, I think we're split with them too. I'll give them the Bears at home. Cardinals, I think we win 100-0.
I also think we win that one. I don't know if it'll be 100-0, but we have a win. Now, Kirk Cousins is coming back, week 14.
All right. Comments. Who wins?
See comments on this one. Can Kirk Cousins beat us?
Let's go 2A as the Vikings at 7-4 at this point. A lot of in the comments, a lot of 6-4s, 6-3s, 7-4, 7-3s, 8-4. So everybody's feeling pretty decent about this. 8-3, 9-4 says David Ditter. Kirk's going to kill us, says Michael Boswell.
What?
Kirk, you go to your room. Or Michael, I'm sorry, go to your room. Kirk Cousins benched for Penix.
Wouldn't that be something?
Fucking that would be hilarious.
Michael Penix era starts in Minnesota. Wow.
All right, Lupagus, what do you got?
I got us winning this game. Why the hell wouldn't I?
I don't know. You had us at 12-5 last year.
Yeah, and maybe I do again this year. But I think I don't know. I think the Vikings will be extra fired up for this one. I think it'll start from the top down. Want to be Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins will make some mistakes. The fans are gonna be fired up. It's gonna be fucking loud in there. It's gonna get to Kirk. He'll turn it over at least once or twice.
No, I think you're right. I think the crowd gets the dub here. They're gonna Kevin O'Connell. They're gonna be prepared more for this game than anybody else on this list. So
yeah.
I also have them getting a win against Kirk Cousins.
That's a good point. I mean, who knows Kirk Cousins better than himself? KOC knows his strengths. He also knows his weaknesses.
He does. And Brian Flores, he is going to make Kirk Cousins' day a living hell. Absolutely. Bears, we already said split, so we already said they're going to get the dub there.
We just ripped off 3 wins in a row on my schedule.
All right. What we got 3 left. Let's make these snappy. Seahawks.
Yeah, I think this is a winnable game, but I have us losing this one.
Yeah, I actually randomly do too. It's just a weird one. Like, we've had games before this that the Vikings probably shouldn't win, but we have them winning, and there's going to be games they should win and they end up losing. And Seattle's just always just a weird.
And it's at Seattle, and it's not easy to win there. It's not easy to win there.
Yeah, so I have them losing as well. Green Bay at home.
I said they're going to split. I had us losing the first one. I have us winning this one.
I was the opposite. I had them winning the first game, and I will have them losing this one.
And then at Detroit to finish off the 24th season, I have the Vikings dropping this one.
And you had them winning the first game. So,
I did. Yep.
And I was the opposite. Or no, yeah, I'm the opposite. I have them winning the Lions. I think they will split with the Lions.
I think they split with the entire division. I think you do too.
No,
I think this division is going to beat the shit out of each other. Every team is improved. Every team is going to be in the mix. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is.
I think the NFC North is going to be the division that's talked about for the next 3 to 4 years. I mean, we're going to be the cream of the crop. The NFC North, when you look at all of our young quarterbacks, look at all our weapons, defense. I mean, we're going to be one of the best divisions in the league. It's going to be extremely tough. So if we could split with this, everybody, that's a wet dream, and I love it. Sopping wet, soaked sheets are just thrown away.
That'll also take sunburn off.
Salvageable. So everybody, let's see some final records in the comments. Got a 9-8.
What about Bob sees a tie? He sees a tie in there.
All right. No, well, they're becoming more prevalent. That's for sure. 8-1. 10-7 says Knack.
Not bad.
Not crazy. Not crazy at all. Up against 12-5. Ooh, Ashley says we're at 88 likes. You guys are watching. Hit that like button. Hit that sub. Let's go to over 100 likes before we call this thing quits.
We are close.
Bob Swede 17-0, clearly into the Voodoo Ranger. 12-5.
Nice.
11-7. Lupkus, what's your final? Balser has us at 7-10.
I got us at 9-8. I got us at 9-8, squeaking out a winning record. Again, I think the NFC North is going to be very close. I can see us splitting games with everybody there. Some winnable stretches. So I think we go 9-8.
I got us at 10-7.
Okay.
10-7. I think everybody would agree that anything from like 10-7 to 7-10, anything in that range is probably what a lot of people will be predicting. I don't think we're a 3-14 team by any means, and not 14-3. So anywhere in that range, nice vanilla pudding.
I do expect us to get a lot of disrespect.
Well, there you go. I said nobody says it's a 3-14. John
does.
Yeah,
He does for sure. I think we can. I mean, you look at this defense with the new faces, the new weapons. Flores has more to work with this year than he did last year. There's position groups that are deeper. So I think the defense can be better, even with the new Hunter being on the sideline. Offensively, all comes down to the quarterback play. But I also think this, and I know we said this last year, but I think this is going to be the year the Vikings establish to run and actually have a legitimate running attack, and that can be huge, especially with a good defense.
7 away from a Hondu. Let's go, baby. Hit that like.
We're not leaving until we get there.
It's going to be real awkward. It all comes down to who the quarterback is. What's their thought for the season? And again, I keep saying it, but I think week 1 through 5 is just really going to determine which way this season goes. We'll see. 96 likes. We're almost there. 4 more. Let's
97. Go. I see 97. I just hit refresh.
Well, up against talk about something. We cannot leave until we get to a Hondu.
Yeah, I mean, let's say week 1 you lose that game. How deflating would that be? Honestly, is that? I mean, looking at this first game, I mean, is this really like I don't say make or break 1 week, but it doesn't get easier.
No, I think that would be pretty demoralizing. Depending on who the quarterback is, if JJ McCarthy comes out and it's his first game, he goes 18 for 27 with 1 interception, 1 touchdown,
104.
Hey, let's go, baby! Yes. I don't think week 1 decides the season, especially if it's JJ McCarthy. If he comes out and loses week 1, whatever.
Yeah,
if it's Sam Darnold, then it's going to be everyone's going to be like, all right, that was fun. JJ McCarthy, I don't care if it's the Niners, he needs to start now. If Sam Darnold loses the Giants, it's a different different conversation.
Absolutely, but man, losing that game, oof. You could, 0-5 going to the bye is a real option.
Well, then we'll start talking about those wonderful defensive players in the 2025 draft way too early, and we'll piss everybody off. But that is it. We're going live tomorrow, horned up. We'll be going over all the new Vikings news. We have made some moves. I'm sure the schedule will come up, so make sure to join us tomorrow at 5:20 as well.
And remember this fact about the drop may be shocking news to you guys, but Captain Crunch, that lovable cereal mascot, he's been wearing a coat sporting 3 bars, which is reserved for the lower rank of commander. He's a liar.